tips for safe driving in wintry conditions.
Saturday is going to be pleasant. I am tracking our next storm system, all the details, all the weather impacts coming right up.
And the family shelter in San Angelo is running its annual Adopt a Mom program. We'll tell you more. Fox West Texas Live at 9 starts now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Sean Humphrey in for Bert Sempier. Lots more to get into tonight, but first let's see what else we've got in store for you at 9. A police impersonation scam targets San Angelo residents. We'll tell you what to look out for.
The holiday season is right around the corner.
Angelo State University hosts an event with live music specifically to help its Ram fam. As you heard, Ethan Purcell will have more. And a new home for exotic animals is set to open in San Angelo this weekend. We'll tell you the latest. Well, I think we're going to take it to our Sky Tracker cam, and we'll show us historic downtown San Angelo as people get to their destinations and maybe come home from those Friday night football games. Let's go ahead and bring in our chief meteorologist, Britton Musall. And Britton, we've talked a lot about the cold weather that's coming, but I'm sure you've got more to tell us. What is going on?
That's right, Sean. I do have that chance for some cooler temperatures. Tonight, though, just absolutely perfect for Friday night football. Saturday's also looking pretty fantastic, forecasting a high temperature of 77. You'll notice, though, Sunday and Monday a little bit cooler. We'll have some clouds and rain around Sunday, and late Sunday night into Monday morning, cold front's going to move through. Along that cold front, going to have a line of showers and thunderstorms. Right now, Storm Prediction Center has our viewing area in that 2 out of 5 slight risk. That's that big yellow area with a marginal risk outside of it. As that line of storms moves through, main impact's going to be wind and hail. I also can't completely rule out an isolated tornado. I'll have all the details, everything you need to know to keep you and your family safe coming up, so be sure to stick around. Sean?
Hey, thank you, Britton. Turning to some other news, this morning the SAPD issued a scam alert on its Facebook page. The department saying it has received reports of a disturbing scam targeting locals. Residents have been receiving calls from a scammer claiming to be Sergeant Alan Smith from the SAPD, falsely warning of warrants out for their arrest. The scammer will then insist the resident leave their home. When questioned, the scammer will even transfer calls to dispatch and a supposed Lieutenant Ed Kading. Some red flags to watch out for are blocked or unfamiliar numbers, pressure to act fast, and threats of immediate action. Here's what to do if you receive a suspicious call like this. First, hang up immediately. Next, contact your local police department directly using a verified phone number. Last, never provide personal information or money over the phone. The holiday travel season is almost here, and we have some tips and tricks for staying safe on the road. The City of Abilene Emergency Management is hosting 2 presentations on how to prepare for emergencies and disasters. The South Branch Library will host both events at the Mall of Abilene. The first is tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 2. If you can't make it, there is another presentation Friday, November 22nd from 11 a.m. to noon. A heads up for drivers in the Key City this weekend. AEP Texas will perform maintenance in downtown Abilene beginning this Sunday. The City of Abilene says AEP crews will be downtown performing maintenance and upgrading electrical facilities for the next couple Sundays. Officials say crews will be working this Sunday from North 2nd Street to North 4th Street on the east side of Cypress and the west side of Pine in 2 stages. The city says to expect signal lights to be down during the times crews will be working. To see times and locations, visit our website, foxwtx.com. As the colder weather starts to become more common, a few of San Angelo's agencies are looking to create safer roads. Ethan Purcell has more.
We have a crisis in our state.
That was the message at TxDOT's press conference, where representatives from several of San Angelo's law enforcement agencies gathered to discuss road safety and ending the streak of traffic deaths in Texas. And as cold weather ramps up, TxDOT says it's ready with brine trucks, maintainers, and snowplows.
Our mentality is to over-prepare so you don't underperform. So right now what we're doing is calibrating our equipment to ensure that whenever we start to pre-treat the roads ahead of a winter storm that we have that equipment ready.
But while preparation is important, according to one officer, ending the streak will take a partnership between TxDOT, law enforcement, and a third party.
If we're going to get this together, we need a third player in this, and that is the motoring public. Adhering to these warnings, of making sure that we don't speed, making sure that we stay buckled up, don't drink and drive, and last but not least, avoid all distractions. If we can all do that together and come together as a team, there you go, we've ended the streak.
Baker also says that patrols will be increased, but it's all in the service of the driver.
When we know we have bad weather coming, we're going to be enhancing that enforcement to remind motorists to slow down, be mindful of approaching overpasses and bridges. That's just what it comes down to. Preparing, be mindful of the weather, pay attention, and give yourself more time.
Shoppy agreed and says while TxDOT can prepare and clear roads, driver safety ultimately falls on the motorists themselves.
Really, it's up to the driver behind the wheel to make sure that they're driving slow enough and paying attention to the road in front of them, and most importantly, staying home if they don't have to travel.
All of the law enforcement representatives emphasize safe driving practices at all times of year, including following the speed limit and staying off your phone while behind the wheel. At TxDOT headquarters in San Angelo, Ethan Purcell, Fox West Texas.
One way to support a good cause in the season of giving is adopting a family. The Family Shelter in San Angelo is running its annual Adopt a Mom program. The program works similarly to the Salvation Army's Angel Trees. If you're able to give, you can adopt a family's wish list by purchasing the items listed on it for them. The shelter still has families waiting to be adopted. Local musician Manny Campos' last concert of the year was tonight, benefiting a local cause. Ethan Purcell spoke to the musician and professor about how he's helping the community.
The holiday season is right around the corner, but before that is Manny Campos' last concert of the year. And according to the ASU professor, with the on-campus Ram Pantry being key in helping fight food insecurity with students, he wanted to help, using his musical gifts for good.
I thought as we get closer to that, using my ability as a musician to say, hey, let's draw awareness to the pantry. Let's try to raise either funds or bring things from canned goods to all the other non-perishables that they also collect, to really helping our own. And really, so when we talk about Ram Fam, it's really action, and I think this is part of that.
And while most of the Ram Fam is planning to visit home for the break, some students can't.
We have a community that also stays here and doesn't go and is not able to go back home for the short amount of time. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of our Ram Fam even when the campus might be a little slower.
According to one of the pantry's student workers, that's what the Ram Pantry was created for. With a campus home to so many out-of-state and international students, it's about making them feel welcome year-round.
Like we say, we'd like to be their home away from home. So when they come to the pantry, they come to hang out. They see, we try to be as kind as possible to them because we kind of know what they're going through.
Campos also understands, having been an ASU student before, and because of that, doing things like this for current students has become second nature.
I think they're ingrained in how I was brought up. So this is about doing what we can for the least of these, our brothers and sisters, and that includes our students.
The event will be held right here at downtown San Angelo's Plateau Brewing Company on November 15th and is free for folks of all ages. All that is asked of attendees that you bring an item for donation to the Ram Pantry. In downtown San Angelo, Ethan Purcell, Fox West Texas.
Whole lot of Ethan Purcell. When the San Angelo Nature Center closed its doors in July, it meant a trip to Abilene to see exotic animals up close. Ella's Reptile Rescue is working to change that. It'll be showing off some of its scaly and furry friends this weekend at its grand opening, with fun activities for kids, guest speakers, and raffle prizes.
People can look forward to seeing all the wonderful animals that we have here and learning about them. And hopefully we'll have a guest come out when we do our animal presentation.
And she'll be bringing one of her rescues for a surprise visit, but that's for them to see when they get here.
The grand opening will be from noon to 4 p.m. Saturday at 117 Paint Rock Road. The full moon hike this evening wasn't your only opportunity to get out and enjoy the great outdoors this weekend. The state park will also host the Bark Ranger Hike this Sunday. This hike will be guided by Ranger Kenny along the park's Roadrunner Trail. The park says dogs are welcome and encouraged to participate in the hike, But it also reminds hikers that all pets must be on a leash no longer than 6 feet.
Yeah, so Bark Ranger is actually a national program. It's by choice if a park participates in it. We here at the park are very dog friendly. We have over 50 plus miles of trails, so why not bring your dog out to enjoy those 50 miles of trails? This particular hike will actually be happening right here as well at the trail just right across the street, Strawberry and Roadrunner Trail, and it's a short, easy hike. Whether your dog's been out to the park before, it's really great just to experience outdoors with your pets. Me personally, I love bringing my dog out to the park. He loves smelling all the different scents, and the program actually encourages people to be good stewards while also, enjoying the outdoors with their pets.
The event is free aside from the park's entry cost. The park asks that hikers that participate have water, doggy bags, closed-toed shoes, and sun protection. Turning our attention to national news, the case which has been a rallying cry for critics of the Biden-Harris border policy is underway in Athens, Georgia. A migrant is charged with killing nursing student Laken Riley. Fox News correspondent Madison Scarpino has the latest from Athens.
Jose Ibarra put on a black hat, a hoodie-style jacket, and he went hunting for females on the University of Georgia's campus.
Prosecutors say Ibarra killed 22-year-old Laken Riley, a nursing student who was on her morning run on UGA's campus. He is facing 10 charges related to Riley's death. ICE says Ibarra is a Venezuelan in the U.S. illegally. Prosecutors say Riley struggled with Ibarra for roughly 18 minutes.
Laken fought. She fought for her life.
Gruesome details of the crime and body cam video of a responding officer finding Riley unresponsive came out in court today.
She's down, she's not breathing. Starting CPR now.
Riley's parents and over 20 family members were in the gallery, visibly shaken. The prosecutor warned everyone before the body camera video played. Riley's mother had to leave the room. Ibarra's defense isn't disputing that Riley was murdered, but say the prosecution's evidence is purely circumstantial.
Upon a closer look at the evidence that links Mr. Ibarra to that event, it is lacking.
Ibarra was also in court, stoic for the most part, but he would look down at times when graphic evidence was displayed and avoided eye contact with people in the courtroom. And since the judge is deciding Ibarra's fate, not a jury, the trial will likely wrap up a lot quicker than expected. If convicted, Ibarra could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. In Athens, Georgia, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
Coming up, a weather update from Chief Meteorologist Britton Musall. Don't go anywhere.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a fabulous Friday so far. It is a pleasant Friday evening across the area. Go out and enjoy it because it is just beautiful weather. A little warm for this time of year, but not a cloud to be seen on the sky. I'm keeping an eye on our next storm system. Cold front's going to come through late Sunday night, early Monday morning. Expecting a line of thunderstorms to form and move from west to east. And some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side. And overall, it looks to be a low severe weather threat. The reason why, we don't have a whole lot of instability, and instability is really storm fuel that makes the storms be powerful. Still going to be keeping an eye on the situation though. This is the latest forecast from the Storm Prediction Center. Those are the leading severe weather experts in the nation. Currently have us in a level 2 out of 5 slight risk. So we have a 5 system scale marginal. That's a 1 out of 5 being the lowest, and high, the 5 out of 5 being the highest. We're at a 2 out of 5 right now. St. Angelo and Abilene, the entire Fox West Texas viewing area from Knox County down to Sutton and Kimball County included in that slight risk. Wind and hail look to be the main threats. Can't rule out an isolated tornado though. Throughout the day, Saturday, going to be pleasant across the area. Have a little bit more cloud cover around. Sunday morning, you'll notice, start to see some showers throughout the area. In the afternoon, we'll see a little bit more higher coverage. Could potentially see some thunderstorms, and it's a low severe threat in the afternoon. Sunday late night, that's when we're going to start to see that cold front approach, and with that, we'll see a line of showers and thunderstorms move through. Some of those, again, could be on the strong to severe side. We'll keep a watch on it. By about 9 a.m., looks to be moving into portions of North Texas, and by noon, looks like we will be drying out. There's still some disagreements amongst our weather data, leading us to some uncertainty with respect to timing. Overall, though, I think Monday afternoon for us, we are going to be staying dry. Stay tuned online and on social media. We'll provide you with the latest. No rain to be seen, not just in the Concho Valley and the Big Country, but really anywhere across west central Texas. High temperature definitely didn't feel like the middle of November. 79 degrees, 10 degrees above that typical high of 69. Low temperature though, that definitely felt like we were in November. 44 as you headed out the door. We've been as cold as 18 on this day in 1916. Seeing temperatures in the 60s area wide right now. 63 Brady, 62 Junction, 66 St. Angelo, 65 in Abilene. Seeing those winds coming out of the southeast. That's ahead of our next cold front as we start to see a little bit more moisture across the area. And with that moisture, we'll see a little bit more cloud cover than we saw the past couple of days. Waking up with those temperatures in the 50s, so quite a bit warmer than we saw for your Friday morning. 75, that is looking to be the high temperature. Officially forecasting a high of 77. You'll notice that red Sunday night into Monday. That's a weather impact alert, letting you know to stay weather aware, as some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side. We don't say it to scare you, just to let you know, to keep you and your family safe and to help summarize the weather forecast. High of 69 behind that cold front on Monday. And Sean, we could potentially be seeing some very cold temperatures. I don't think we'll quite hit the freezing mark as of now, but it's something to watch late next week. Sean, back to you.
Thank you, Britton. We'll be keeping our eye on those temperatures as we move forward. We'll get a Fox Business update when we come back. More news after the break. Welcome back, West Texas. If you're looking to get away for the holidays, you may be spending more to get to your desired destination. But experts say not a whole lot more. Fox Business correspondent Kelly Saberi has the details.
holiday travel is going very, very strong.
The holidays are quickly approaching and more Americans are planning to get away this year than in 2023, and they're spending more too. Travel network Virtuoso reports bookings and sales are both up 37% for the holiday travel season.
Which is also a good sign for consumers because that shows us that the rates are starting to level off just a little bit when you see those things on par. But overall, the rates are up about 6% compared to where they were last holiday season.
Virtuoso's list of top holiday destinations overseas include Italy, Japan, Germany, Mexico, Thailand, and France, with travelers focusing on authentic experiences.
Which is why you're seeing some of these destinations come to the fore. You know, you get a very cultural, authentic experience in Japan, which is why people love it. But it's also why they love Italy, because when you're in Italy, you know that's the only place you could possibly be. Like, the cuisine is so incredible, the sights, everything. And so people are looking to make sure they're really connected to the destination that they're visiting.
People are already planning trips for 2025. Virtuoso says family travel continues to be its strongest trend for next year. Also, travel celebrating a milestone, adventure cruising, travel to cooler destinations like Antarctica, Iceland, and Norway, traveling off-season, and solo travel for those looking for an adventure at their own pace.
Women traveling on their own and going on these bigger expeditions, cruising on their own.
Virtuoso says many cruise lines now cater to solo travelers with special deals and social activities, making it easier to connect with fellow passengers. In Chicago, Kelly Saberi, Fox Business.
Prices are rising, but Americans are still buying. Fox Business Network's David Asman has a look at this story and more on tonight's Fox Means Business.
Well, consumers still buying despite rising prices. Retail sales in terms of dollars ticked up 0.4% in October from the previous month. That is slightly more than analysts were expecting. Meanwhile, sales were also up 2.8% on an annual basis. To Wall Street now, where stocks extended their losing streaks on Friday. The Dow and S&P 500 both down for the second straight day, while the Nasdaq closed lower for the fourth consecutive day. And it was a bad week for the markets overall as investors digested higher inflation and Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's comments saying the Fed is in no rush to cut rates further. Finally, gas prices are going in reverse as we head near the holidays. AAA says the national average cost for regular is now $3.08 a gallon. That's a penny less than a week ago and 12 cents cheaper than a month ago. That's business. I'm David Asman.
We'll preview Fox Football Live when we come back. Don't go anywhere. West Texas, the playoff edition of Fox Football Live is just moments away, and we have a quick preview of the games our Damian Bartonic and I will be covering tonight. It's a jam-packed sportscast with 9 games featured and plenty of score updates to follow. From Ozona to Wall to Stephenville and Brownwood, Damian Bartonic and I have the latest from a jam-packed night of playoff high school football. Hey, that's all for Fox West Texas Live at 9. We'll be back Monday with your latest news, weather, and sports. on Fox West Texas Live at 6. Stay tuned for Fox Football Live. See you then.
I'm Carla Ramos at Wolf Stadium, and you're watching Fox Football Live.
I'm Sean Humphrey under the full moon at San Angelo Stadium, and you're watching Fox Football Live.
What's going on, West Texas? Damian Bartonic here in Wall, USA, as the Wall Hawks are taking on the Anthony Wildcats in the bi-district round of the playoffs, baby. Woo! Playoff football, here we go. Fox Football Live Playoff Edition starts now. Welcome, everyone, to the playoff edition of Fox Football Live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Damian Bartonic. We have a fantastic slate for you all to enjoy, so grab yourself an ice cold Dr. Pepper as we start with our game of the week. The Wall Hawks have declared this season as their year to make history and win it all. To do so, they've got to start by beating the visiting Anthony Wildcats. Hey, let's go ahead and get to the action. First play for Anthony right off the bat. They try some trickery, man. Double pass, but you're going to see, well, it didn't work out too well. I told you it was boots to bottom in the 6, and that's exactly what this was. An easy pick 6 for my man B. Jones with the elbow brace and everything. Easy money, 6-0 Wall. This next play happened so fast, my guy Riley Ramos didn't even get the full thing, but hey, it was a bubble screen that was taken to the crib. You see my man number 0 right there, Agent 0 going all the way to the house. 13-0 Hawks after this pitch and catch. Later in the first quarter, you're going to see another screen, this time a little jailbreak screen. And guess what? Same result. My man breaking tackles out there navigating through all the traffic, and he goes all the way to the crib, man. It was too easy for the Wall Hawks. The JV squad was in midway through the second quarter, and man, Wall wins with ease 74-6 and will advance to the area round of the playoffs. Hey, Wall is rolling. They look like they're going to be special now. It's only right we go to the only team that defeated Wall this season, the Brownwood Lions. Bewood came to San Angelo Stadium to take on the Big Spring Steers, and someone who covered that one was, of course, Sean Humphrey, my man doing it all tonight. Sean, Brownwood has had an up and down kind of season, but hey, playoff time, there's no better time to get right than right now. But I don't know, man. It looked like they had their work cut out for them, that's for sure.
They had their work cut out for them, and they were eating cookies. Have it cut out for them, maybe it's stencils. I also don't want to miss the chance to say, don't talk about playoffs. Playoffs,
baby.
Hey, well, but maybe let's talk about playoffs. The Brownwood Lions visiting the Big Spring Steers for the playoffs. And one thing I might ask for this game is no more cowbell. They had cowbells on both sides. Maybe it was for the Steers or the Lions. Doesn't matter much. Here's Stone Ratliff on the reverse, number 8, going to infinity and beyond on this play, flipping that 8 horizontal, and he's in for the touchdown. But wait, there's more. Actually, there's less. We're going to bring this one back because there's a flag on the play. Referee calls holding, and Brownwood takes it personally. The quarterback, Judson Colson, drops back, and it's Grant Gray finding his way into the end zone, untouched, unscathed, 6 points, and Brownwood would begin the beatdown. It was a beatdown appointment, and they didn't miss, and the doctor was not in late. It's the keeper here, direct snap, and it's a touchdown, and Brownwood is up early already. 14 unanswered points with the extra point. That was Stone Ratliff there. And this pass out wide is going to go to Mr. Ratliff again, and he's going to tiptoe his way over to the sideline before he's brought down with what looks like a horse collar tackle, uncalled, and maybe they took that personally as well because it's Colson again, and that man, number 14, Grant Gray, sliding his way around a few defenders. And man, those big cats had some bite in them. I got to give some credit to the Big Spring band. They might have been the only positive, and they certainly were a positive because they were pretty good, but it wasn't looking good for the Big Spring Steers.
Grant Gray had a day. Let's
Yeah,
just say that.
yeah,
Greg. Hey, that man had one heck of a ball game. And hey, Brownwood, they're going to be moving on, man. They put the boots on.
If you're in
next
elementary school, field day normally comes in the spring. It came early for Grant.
Oh yeah, way early. Much. Hey, I love field day. Hey, that's a good little.
field-
Hey, good
yeah,
job. Hey,
yeah.
good job with that one. Now,
Yeah.
Sean, you don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere too fast, man. I got a lot more for you. You're gonna be back really, really soon. So hey, don't go anywhere. All right, man. So let's keep it at the. Let's go actually to the 2A level and talk about the Roaring Ozona Lions, who faced off with one of the best teams in 2A football, the one-loss Holly Bearcats. Let's go ahead and get into this one now. Ozona's going to start out white hot, baby, like they always do. They're going to go ahead and hand this ball off, and my man is gone. No one's touching him all the way. 6-0 for the purple and gold. Hey, Ozona, that's what they do, man. They start up super fast, but, man, Holly is resilient. The coach's son, Keegan Abels, with a dime to his man down the field. Hey, the Bearcats, that gives them the lead 7-6. Now, the Lions are going to try to roar back. This one played perfectly by the defense, and it's going to be picked off, giving Ozona great field position, but unfortunately, they would not cash in. And Holly, hey, they would make them pay. This time near the goal line, a beautiful ball again deep in the end zone. Keegan Abels, the coach's son, doing his thing. That's a score, giving Holly a 13-6 lead. Now Holly is up 20-6 at this point, and Ozona is still fighting. Great route by the wideout, and Hudson Fowler, man, fires a dart, cutting the Bearcats' lead to 7, but unfortunately, that's as close as it got for Ozona. Holly absolutely steamrolls the Lions in the second half. En route to the area round they go, 57-21. Let's go up one level now and hit up some more football. These 3A ranks. Comanche, man, they have one of their own playing for the Baylor Bears right now, but don't get it twisted. They're still a very deep team with plenty of talent to go around as they took on Peaster in round 1 of the playoffs. We're going to go to this game right here. Peaster football in the red zone, in the red area. You got to make it count. 0-all. A delayed little flare route into the flat by the running back, and they get on the board first. 6-0 Peaster. Now, next possession for the Greyhounds, you're going to see right here. And what looks like actually like a misdirection, play action style. I've never seen something like this before. Somehow works out for Peaster. Clearly Comanche hasn't seen it either. That was one of the weirdest plays I've ever seen work. But hey, it worked, right? 13-0, Hounds up. But Coach Escobar and Comanche, hey, they ain't going down just yet. A little sluggo, slant and go up the seam, and that is a beautiful catch and 7 points. Comanche closes the lead to 6 now. Next possession for the Indians, and they answer back from 13 down. Quarterback bounces this joker outside and finds his way into the end zone. Beautiful stuff, puts Comanche up 1, but this one would need a little bit of extra time, a little bit of free football for everyone there enjoying their thing. You're going to see right here, hey, it's going to take a little similar concept. A little delayed crosser creates a natural rub and springs the wide out wide open. Greyhounds walk it off with the dub. 33-30 is the final there. Comanche's season, unfortunately, comes to an end. Now, we are 4 games into the playoff edition of Fox Football Live, but there are plenty of other teams that were in action tonight and last night, so let's go ahead and check in on some of those scores from around the region. You're going to see right here, first up, Lindsay Miles. Miles, unfortunately, drops this one 34-27. After this one, Reagan County, they were so good all season long, but unfortunately, the by-district round was just too much for them. Cisco beats them 34-16. Next one's after this one right here, Stanton Alpine. Stanton puts a whooping on Alpine 49-28, and Grape Creek unfortunately cannot capture their first ever playoff win. They lose 42-26. Next one right here, next slate, Pecos Lampasas. I heard a lot of stuff about this game. Lampasas just absolutely dominated Pecos. 53-14 is your final. And Burnett Andrews. Andrews comes up on top 35-21. That is a final. All right, y'all, we are 1 block down here on Fox Football Live, but don't worry, there's still plenty of action to come. Stick with us for more right after the break. Welcome back, West Texas. Let's move on up to the 5A ranks and follow up on a program that has been lights out all year long. The Abilene Eagles, and man, I know a guy that has followed this team closely all year, none other than Sean Humphrey. Sean, look, I know the program out there, they expect greatness, they work their tails off, and they're very, very consistent. Something in football that we don't see very often is a very consistent team, especially at this level. They're one, and hey, I think greatness might be on the way for them.
Well, it's certainly speed is on the way. You know this team likes punches and bunches, to borrow a phrase from you, and there's a lot of guys who can get it going and a lot of guys who got it going in the game that the viewers are about to see. The first play for Abilene, the backup quarterback, the sophomore Tristan Beal, out wide to John Miles Wagstaff, and this is Wagstaff's first touchdown of the season, finding the painted grass. It's turf, grass, same difference, doesn't matter, 6 points. And right here, it's going to be Bryson Perez, the dump off, and he's going to get in another track star on this team. Probably runs about a 3.4 40. That's an exaggeration, but this team is super fast. Remember, the W in Warbirds is for wheels. I've said it before, I'll say it again. In Abilene, the onslaught just kept going. It's Beal again. Remember, he's the backup quarterback, but he goes to the UTEP commit, Rylan Bradford, right here, who bowls over a defender and finds his way to the Cooper side of Shotwell Stadium. Man, it's crazy to see this with their starting quarterback, Braden Henry, being hurt earlier on in the season. And then you got the backup quarterback, the third stringer, Rylan Stokes, with a touchdown run to score the 12th and final touchdown for the Abilene Eagles. Final score, 84-0. It's like a video game with the sliders up, Damian.
That was something special. First, John Miles Wagstaff, excellent name, elite football name, absolutely love it. But what I love more is an 84-0 win. Sean, they could be in Jerry World by the time we hit December.
It's going to be very hard to stop this team from scoring. Obviously, they've had a few tough losses as the season has gone on, but they landed on their feet. They lost their last game of district play, but having a home playoff game and doing what they did, you got to feel confident heading into the next week.
And hopefully when they play in Jerry World, hopefully, Jerry can actually put the curtains down. You know what I mean? So we don't have an issue with the sun. But I guess that's a whole nother discussion.
I have more faith in the Abilene Eagles than the Dallas Cowboys. I don't have any good things to say about the Cowboys, but plenty of good things to say about the Eagles.
Absolutely.
First of all, congratulations. Good job. We got more to get into. We got to move on, right, Damian?
Let's go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and talk about some undefeated action now. Let's look. The Sonora Broncos, they're a hard-working program built on effort and consistency. But their opponents, the Stanford Bulldogs, look, they're like the best 2A team in the state right now. Let's see how this all went down. You're going to see right here, Bulldog ball. And look, Bulldog ball, Bulldog score. Quarterback draw, easy work, easy and beautiful pull and block there by number 22. The quarterback does the rest. Touchdown Stanford, 7-0. Now next possession for the Dogs. And flat out, those boys from Stanford up front dominated. 14-0 is going to happen right here. Running back doesn't even really get touched all the way into the end zone until the very end of the play right there. 14-0 Stanford lead early in this one. Later in the first, jailbreak screen, easy money. We see this play so much in high school football, and it just works, man. Bulldogs execute this one perfectly, and the wideout improves his yak total on the season. 21 skunk these boys right now. And early in the second, we're going to go. This is not the brotherly shove, not the tush push, but the Stanford sneak is what I'm going to call this one. 28-0 Bulldogs, just 13 minutes into the ball game. Now, the Dogs, they just wanted to put a stamp on this joker right here, and they're going to do so right now. Running back runs a wheel route right up the seam. Broncos don't account for him, and that's as easy as it gets. Stanford just rolls onto the next round and rolls Sonora, ending their season by a final score of 45-8. All right, now sticking with the 2A theme, Junction has already made history with their first district title since 2003, already in the books, but they want more. And last night, it looked like they can achieve whatever they have been dreaming about. We're going to go right here. Junction ball on the goal line. And they just play smash mouth football, baby. Number 11, big boy right there, runs through everyone. And that is a touchdown, barrels his way into the end zone. 7-0 Eagles. Now, next possession for Junction after my boys are done celebrating right here. The quarterback is going to hit his man out of the backfield. You see my man right there motioning out into the flat, and that's beautiful stuff right there. He's going to get touched right there, says, get off me. Hey, tells another one, get off me. Another one, get off me. Another one, get off me. And guess what? That is a touchdown, bursting up the sidelines and scoring. 14-0 Junction. Now it's a 14-6 game. High-scoring game early in this one, but that number 11, baby, he's just a stud. Get off me, little man. Once again, that is a touchdown. It was his night. It was Junction's night, and that continues with this next highlight. Just a basic sweep that we all ran growing up playing in football, one of the easiest plays, and guess what? The easy stuff still works in the playoffs. Junction absolutely dominates this one, and they go on to the next round, the area round, after a 61-26 victory. All right, y'all, plenty of football still to come, West Texas. Don't you worry. We've got more highlights. We've got a weather update for you and so much more. All of it coming up right after the break. Welcome back, everyone. So the previous block we concluded there in the Hill Country. So let's go ahead and head up to the Key City, man. See how some more of the Key City's finest are doing in the bi-district round of the playoffs. Now the Cooper Cougars have a lot going for them. Plenty of work has been put in, and man, the man next to me, hey, he'll tell you himself. Sean, one of the more underrated programs that we cover are those Cooper Cougars. But I'm not gonna spoil what happened. But hey, regardless of the outcome, still worked their tails off all year, and it's still, a successful year in my opinion.
Yeah, they're one of those teams that finds ways to score points but has trouble stopping teams from scoring. And, hey, I know we don't want to spoil, but the story is it's tough to stop another team from scoring, going all the way on the road to El Paso to take on Del Valle. And we're going to show you those highlights. First, it's Jake Fetty, the quarterback here. He had himself a night, uncorking the long pass to his wide receiver, Andres May. I should have had a moment of silence there,
that
Damien.
Was a beautiful ball.
Right now into the end zone, 56 yards for Del Valle, the Conquistadores, getting going early, and they would keep it going here on the reverse. The big play bites the Cooper Cougars again, and Shelton Fuller finds his way into the end zone. Punches in bunches, and the Cougars would continue going down. Hey, check it out. They're going the opposite direction here, and Jake Fetty keeps it himself. Sliding, riding, limousine, flying, jet riding. I might have butchered that a little bit. You might have to give me a woo after this, but Jake Fetty, keeper, 19-yard touchdown run, and Cooper would show a little bit of fight. I can't say that they laid over and just let El Paso Del Valle do whatever they wanted to do, but J.Q. Scroggins on the touchdown run here, that would be the closest deficit of the game, 14 points, and this is toward the end of the night. Ezra Rocha, 15-yard touchdown run for the boys in navy blue. And a whole lot of good things happening for El Paso out there. And everybody, I think people were watching in from Mexico and seeing what was happening on the field and maybe cheering from the opposite side of the border from Juarez.
Yeah, that was an absolute – that was a game. Jake Fetty, hey, man, he's going to make him a lot of Fetty at the next level. Them NIL deals, he keeps playing like that.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you like that.
62-35 the final score.
Yeah, hey, he had a great game. That first highlight you showed us, that was a beautiful ball. Loved what I saw there. And, yeah, man, I think Cooper, even though, like I said, didn't end the way they would would like, hey, they worked their tails off. Good season, and that's something we hear a lot from these teams in 5A, 6A, 4A. They can put up points, but they can't really stop anyone. But hey, it's a process.
Yeah, I think their top receiver, Xavier, he's a junior, I believe. So at least he's coming back next season. He'll have some more chances to score, and hopefully they improve on what they were able to do this year.
Absolutely, Sean. Hey, this might be all the highlights we're doing with you, but hey, don't go anywhere. I'm still going to bring you back on the next block for sure. Now, let's conclude our highlights with something that'll make our Ethan Purcell and his family very happy. Let's talk about them Wink Wildcats, a program that honestly could be playing at Jerry World come early December. Now you're going to see right here, watch the block by the back right here, sealing that edge and creating that running lane. That's an easy 6 for those Wink Wildcats on 3rd and 3. And you're going to see this play. It's a play we've already talked about, baby. The jailbreak screen. Easy stuff. Everyone does it. Works perfectly, and Wink executes it properly. Beautiful blocking there. Running lane is right there for him. Wink, 14-0 early in the first. And it did not stop there. You're going to see plenty of dominance continued. My man, Kamad Fashion. Did I say it right? Fashan is special. There we go. Kamad Fashan is special. 21-0 for a Wink. And they got busy through the air, too. Look at the corner route right here from the slot wide out right here. Look at this beautiful corner route. Go, stacks my man. Bang. Hits him up. Crosses his face. And that is beautiful. Easy. Right up the boundary. And that's going to be a touchdown. Beautiful stuff. Wink is going to roll on in dominant fashion. 50-0. Now, this concludes these highlights for right now, but you know I can't just do it like this, man. We got a lot more going on, and you know what, Britton Musaw, I heard you got something going on with the weather, man. What's going on?
Good evening, everyone. Hard to believe we're already in the playoffs in football season. You would think Mother Nature hasn't quite caught up yet when you look at that high temperature. We were 79 degrees for your high temperature at St. Angelo Mathis Airport. A little bit more like spring than the middle of November. If you woke up early, though, for that low temperature of 44 degrees, pretty close to that typical low of 43, it felt a little bit more like the middle of November. We've been as warm as 86 degrees. That was just 3 years ago, back in 2021. And we've been as cool on this date as 18 degrees in 1916. Overall, though, a pretty nice day, especially after the sunset. Just perfect weather to be out on the gridiron tomorrow. A lot of college football going to be played all across the Lone Star State, and honestly looks to have more perfect weather. West Texas A&M playing at Angelo State in St. Angelo. Kickoffs at 6 p.m. Saturday evening. Temperatures looking to be in the 70s, 73 degrees by 6 p.m., 69 degrees at that 7 o'clock hour, and 67 degrees by that 8 o'clock hour. Might have a little bit of cloud cover around, not expecting any rain or really any big weather impacts in St. Angelo. Same story in Stephenville, where Abilene Christian's going to be playing against Tarleton State University. 68 degrees by kickoff at 6 p.m., 67 degrees by 7 p.m., 66 degrees by 8 p.m. Remember, for your latest weather updates, you can always find them by following me on social media. Back to you.
Thank you, Britt. Now, Sean, let's take a look at some final scores from around the region, or just overall scores. Let's go ahead and run it, T-Bone. Put them up for me. Stephenville, Lakeview, 70-0. That's an unfortunate one. This next one, Jacksboro and Brady, 41-27 in the fourth quarter. Go ahead and run it, T-Bone. And Sean, what's going on here, man?
Oh, man, Anson and Cristoval, quite the beat down there, 39-11, and then Tioga getting our Ballinger Bearcats up out of there, unfortunately, 42-7 there.
Oh, man, that one was a tough one. Let's go to this next one. Water Valley and Ira, 64-32. Water Valley is going to advance. That one's actually a final. And Menard and Benavides, right when the show began, they actually finaled that one 54-7. Menard advances. Hey, they're on the cusp of history. Sean, I want you to say this next one. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness.
That is a real-life score. I'm not trolling. That's
this
real
isn't
life.
A basketball game?
No.
Wow.
What is it?
116-102 Westbrook over Robert Lee. I know it's six-man football, but good golly, Miss Molly. Oh, my goodness. And then Jim Nett beating Iowa Park 31-20. How about those Indians, man?
Hey, man, they're going hard. 116-102, man. Hey, we don't do fake news, man. That's real news. That's real life, man.
Yeah,
what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? But with that said, hey, this is just the second to last week of Fox Football Live. We've had a great time here. Playoff edition continues next week, same time, 9:30, with myself, Sean Humphrey, and we got a lot of good stuff coming. So with that said, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for keeping it with us. And with that said, don't go anywhere. Next week, we still got it, baby. One more week of Fox Football Live. Thank you.
News.